Hello and welcome, everyone. I am your Heavenly Father. We're going to take a look at Trump's final farewell until tomorrow, when he has a big salute and 21 guns are fired at him. Hopefully somebody uses live ammunition just to make it fun, just to make it I'm not saying don't shoot it at anyone. I'm just saying, like, if like a bird got shot during and then fell, it would make it interesting. Because, you know, birds are assholes. I'm all about animals. I'm all about dogs. But birds, they're generally assholes, especially crows. And they're smarter than we are. That's the thing. Welcome, everybody. This is the LieStream. This may be the last LieStream broadcast. Tomorrow, a new era in America begins. Joe Biden will be our president. Kamala Harris will be our vice president. And we will go from there. Let's see. It looks like the audio's coming through. Let me make sure that the audio on the speech is good. This is long and boring, guys. All he does is lie about all the things he didn't accomplish during his 4 years in office. And if he was as good as he says in this, he would be serving a second term. This would not be a farewell. This would be a... By the way, everybody got their invitation, right? I got mine saying I can bring 5 friends to his farewell party. I'm not going, but if someone wants to pretend that they're me, my question would be why? Why would you want to be me? Looks like our audio is ready to go. If you want to be in the chat room, then please just chat on whatever platform you're using. The quickest way to chat is through YouTube. Just go to youtube.com/KevinLieFather. You'll see the feed there theoretically. Let's see. We got a ton of people watching on Twitter. We got a ton of people watching on Periscope. So thanks. If you just found the channel, you're 4 years late. But we're going to keep looking at politics. Mitch McConnell, not going anywhere. Kevin McCarthy, not going anywhere. The Republican Party, not going anywhere. We will continue to... Quiet, you. That guy, double talking me, not going anywhere. In life, in general. Good to see everybody in the chat room. Ton of people in here today, so let's get going with this. This is the farewell address of the 41st President of the United States.
4 years ago, we launched a great national effort to rebuild our country, to renew its spirit, and to restore the...
Hold on, sorry guys. This is very poorly put together. This video. Every time they cut back and forth, the volume level changes. This is multiple takes. You'll see how often they cut back and forth between the two cameras. I just pumped the volume up for you. By the end of the speech, he's yelling in terms of the volume level. So I watched the end. The volume was way down. Now we're back at the beginning, and I've had to pump the volume way up again. So we're gonna start it again. I'm going to bring the volume up slowly here, guys, so I don't blast your ears. If you're wearing headphones, you might want to pop them out just for a second.
My fellow Americans,
we're good.
4 years ago, we launched a great national effort to rebuild our country.
Okay, so as we go through today, watching this, the volume levels may go up and down, and I'll try to anticipate it. I'm going to keep my finger on the output volume here. I get no guarantees because there are times when it's just like, whoa. Keep in mind, I'm wearing big headphones, so I'm putting my own self in danger here. Here we go.
To renew its spirit and to restore the allegiance of this government to its citizens. In short, we embarked on a mission to make America great again for all Americans. As I conclude my term as the 45th President of the United States, I stand before you truly proud of what we have achieved together. We did what we came here to do.
What's that?
And so much more.
Winning?
This week, we inaugurate a new administration and pray for its success in keeping America safe and prosperous.
Okay.
We extend our best wishes, and we also want them to have luck, a very important word. I'd like to begin by thanking just a...
Why? Why is luck such an important word? What? It's just luck. Put an F at the beginning. It's a much more important word. Fluck!
A few of the amazing people who made our remarkable journey possible. First,
Journey is a very important word and a pretty good band. Honestly, I saw them in concert a few years back. It was after Steve Perry left. And I'll tell you what, I didn't know that the drummer was the one who sang Open Arms. I was impressed. And fake Steve Perry, he really put out. I mean, he really did. Then I saw Def Leppard. They opened for Def Leppard. It was at an amphitheater. And Def Leppard, the guy, it was terrible. Def Leppard, they practically made me deaf. That's a joke. Def Leppard, the guy, he didn't phone it in. He just texted it in. It was sad.
First, let me express my overwhelming gratitude for the love and support of our spectacular First Lady, Melania.
Oh, yeah.
Let me also share my deepest appreciation to my daughter Ivanka, my son-in-law Jared, and to Baron, Don, Eric, Tiffany, and Lara.
Who's Irk?
You fill my world with light and with joy.
That's really sad. If that's where your joy comes from Irk, I'm worried.
Also want to thank Jared and to Baron, Don, Eric, Tiffany, and Lara. Son-in-law Jared, and to Baron, Don, Eric, Tiffany, and Lara.
He's getting it wrong as he's reading it off the teleprompter. Irk. Irk was the elf who went against the rest of the elves in the Lord of the Rings trilogy, right? The one who betrayed them to Mordor, Sauron, Banning, Steve Bannon. Just betrayed them to Steve Bannon.
You fill my world with light and with joy. I also want to thank Vice President Mike Pence.
Edited. I just caught the volume on that one because now he's yelling again.
His wonderful wife Karen, and the entire Pence family.
Eric of the Crayon.
Thank you as well to my Chief of Staff, Mark Meadows, the dedicated members of the White House staff,
okay, he got
and the
louder
cabinet,
again.
and all of the incredible people across our administration.
Sorry, guys. I can't. There's nothing I can do about this volume level. This is. I'm bringing myself down so that I can also bring him down. You might have to turn it up on your end. This is the incompetence that has surrounded this president since birth. Thurism. Oh, Kevin Lee Daughter's here. Hi. Trump's saying goodbye. This is his farewell address.
Oh, thank
What's up?
God.
How was work? Hey,
Yes,
Kevin Lee
yes.
Daughter worked today. This has nothing to do with President Trump, except
Do you wanna
oh,
sit?
wait, that your job counts for President Trump. You got a job during the Trump era.
So.
Way to ruin it for everyone else.
Damn it, I'm so sorry, everybody. Actually, no, I didn't sign any papers today. So I think.
Oh, she hasn't filled out your paper.
I may
Wait to
just
fill
work
out your
till
paperwork
midnight.
until afternoon tomorrow.
Well, right, I'm not going there tomorrow.
Done. So you lost
Did
your
you
job
try
during
that?
the. This is really sweet. What is this?
Oh, it's a rose cold brew. I made it myself. So I've never made one before.
This is way too much sugar.
Oh, really?
Still better
I
than
mean,
the coffee
it's
they have
agave,
usually.
so.
Okay. Well, I'm doing something for the people here.
Oh, you want me to leave? Fine.
Yeah, you can sit if you want to. You want to join me? Put on some headphones?
I do.
Okay.
I have to eat a snack first, though.
Oh, she's going to eat a snack and then she'll be joining us. So, prepare your questions for Kevin Lee Daughter.
Who poured out their heart and soul to fight for America.
Oh my God, I'm sorry. In my ears, he's 800. I don't. In reference to what? A scale of 1 to 10? He's just really loud today. So,
I also want to take a moment to thank a truly exceptional group of people. The United States Secret Service. My family and I will forever be in your debt. My profound gratitude as well to everyone in the White House Military Office, the teams of Marine One and Air Force One, every member of the armed forces, and state and local law enforcement all across our country. Most of all, I want to thank the American people. To serve as your president has been an honor beyond description. Thank you for this extraordinary privilege, and that's what it is, a great privilege and a
well, so it's an honor beyond description. I can't even. It's an honor beyond description, and now you're going to describe it. So, I mean, that's a lie. That's demonstrably a lie right there.
a great honor. We must never forget that while description.
Yeah.
To serve as your president has been
Right.
an honor beyond description.
And we're done with that. Moving on to the next topic.
Thank you for this extraordinary privilege. And that's what it is, a great privilege and a great honor.
You've just defined it there. So now you've described it. Do you see what you did? So that's ad-lib. The honor beyond description, he's reading that. And then he decides to ad-lib without actually adding to it. He's just libbing at this point. Pretty much I don't know what you'd call it, a libtard.
We must never forget that while Americans will always have our disagreements, we are a nation of incredible, decent, faithful, and peace-loving citizens who all want our country to thrive and flourish and be very, very successful and good.
Good.
We are a truly magnificent nation.
We are a
All
nation
Americans
of good.
Were horrified by the assault on our capital.
Okay, the volume just dropped like 40%. Hold on. Jeez. It's just so like it's the last thing you're gonna do. I bet you the audio guy has just left. He's gone from the White House. This is now Urich doing the video editing at the White House.
Capital.
So natural. Watch this transition.
Very, very successful and good. We are a truly magnificent nation. All Americans were horrified.
I want to know what is missing in there.
By the assault on our capital. Political violence.
Okay, so he's talking about the storming the Capitol. So he said something in there that they decided to cut out, or he had to try it so many times that they're just like, we'll grab the best one we've got. And they just pulled out this all Americans. Is like, yeah, it was never before. Suddenly, all Americans. He said something in there that they had to get rid of is what's going on here.
Violence is and good. We are a truly magnificent nation. All Americans were horrified by the assault on our capital.
Whiplash.
Political violence is an attack on everything we cherish as Americans. It can never be tolerated. Now more than ever, we must unify around our shared values and rise above the partisan rancor and forge our common destiny.
By the way, he has never actually spoken the word rancor in public before the last video he made about the storming the Capitol, or the drivel war, as I call it. He doesn't know the word rancor. It's only written for him, so he's never actually used it until then, and now.
4 years ago, I came to Washington as the only true outsider ever to win the presidency. I had not spent my career as a politician, but as a builder looking at open skylines and imagining infinite possibilities.
Well, we figured out that was a pretty bad idea, huh? No more outsiders, please. We tried this, and the American people voted him down twice.
I ran for president because I knew there were towering new summits for America.
Rancor is the creature in, I think it's Return of the Jedi, where they're on that floating barge and they try and push Luke over, and then he like does on the thing. What is that called? The plank walk? The plank walk. And then R2-D2 does and then lightsaber comes and then they take the whole the Rancor is what they were pushing everybody into.
Just waiting to be scaled. I knew the potential for our nation was boundless as long as we put America first. So I left behind my former life and stepped into a very difficult arena, but an arena nevertheless with all sorts of potential if properly done. America had given me so much, and I wanted to give something back. Together with millions of hardworking patriots across this land, we built the greatest political movement in the history of our country. We also built the greatest economy in the history of the world.
We did not.
It was about America first.
It was not even close. I mean, before COVID has been a disaster in the handling of COVID. We still have 20% of the world's death. 4.25% of the population, 20% of the world's death. I'll be fair. 19.78% of the world's death. Let's just say 19. Let's say 10. 4% of the world's population, 10% of the deaths. Remember, that's really half of what we have. I'm trying to be fair. Abundantly. Remember at one point we were like, oh yeah, Brazil's going to catch up. They're going to catch up to, they're going to overtake. Oh, God, look at India. India's got the second largest population. They're ahead of the U.S. Boom. A number of deaths, it's going to skyrocket like a rocket, going up like a rocket and taking over the, nope. U.S. still number one in COVID deaths. USA. U.S.
Because we all wanted to make America great again. We restored the principle that a nation exists to serve its citizens. Our agenda was not about right or left. It wasn't about Republican or Democrat, but about the good of a nation, and that means the whole nation. With the support and prayers of the American people, we achieved more than anyone thought possible. Nobody thought we could even come close. We passed the largest package of tax cuts and reforms in American history.
Not even close to being true. It's the 7th largest tax cut since Reagan.
We slashed more job-killing regulations than any administration had ever done before. We fixed our...
Possibly true? We don't know, because no one keeps track of the number of regulations you slash.
Broken trade deals, withdrew from the horrible Trans-Pacific Partnership and the impossible Paris Climate.
So all the other countries are still in the TPP, and they're doing well. And if we were in the TPP, we wouldn't have to redo NAFTA, which is 95% exactly the same as it was.
Accord.
And now it's USMCA, or NUFTA.
Renegotiated the one-sided South Korea deal, and we replaced NAFTA with the groundbreaking USMCA.
It's not groundbreaking.
That's Mexico and Canada, a deal that's worked out very, very well.
Thanks for explaining that.
And very importantly, we imposed historic and monumental tariffs on China, made a great new deal with China, but before the ink was even dry, we and the whole world got hit.
He used a Sharpie to sign it. The ink was dry immediately. Sharpie is a quick drying marker. It's done. Just check any meteorological map of a hurricane and you'll see the Sharpie tip on the end. That's why they use the Sharpie on the weather maps. So because a hurricane, otherwise it'll get blown, and it's very wet from the standpoint of water, you have to use a quick drying marker. That's just science.
With the China virus, our trade relationship was rapidly changing. Billions and billions of dollars were pouring into the U.S., but the virus forced us to go in a different direction. The whole world suffered, but America outperformed other countries economically because of our incredible economy and the economy that we built.
We didn't.
Without the foundations and footings, it wouldn't have worked out this way.
We didn't. South Korea's unemployment rate never got above 5%. Ours went to 20.
We wouldn't have some of the best numbers we've ever had.
We don't.
We
don't. We have a pretty good stock market right now that would be much, much higher if the coronavirus was possibly properly handled. We don't have the best numbers we've ever had. That's ridiculous. I haven't worked in a year now. I have an audition this afternoon.
Also unlocked our energy resources and became the world's number.
I have an audition. It's actually not due till tomorrow. I have to tape it today. If I get it, it's due by 2 o'clock tomorrow. Therefore, if I get this job, it will happen during the Biden administration. Judges agree.
#1 producer of oil and natural gas, by far. Powered by
That happened during the Obama administration.
these policies, we built the greatest economy in the history of the world. We reignited.
Okay, that's twice he said that. This speech is all over the place. Edit that part out.
America's job creation and achieved record low unemployment for African Americans, Hispanic Americans, Asian Americans.
Are we repeating this now? Did I do something wrong?
Women, almost everyone.
No, this is their feed. This is not my video. He's just repeating it. They let it roll twice.
Wages boomed.
Guys, stop saying good luck. You're jinxing me. Luck is a very important word, though, and I appreciate it. It's break a leg. Break a leg. Don't wish an actor good luck.
American dream was restored, and millions were lifted from poverty in just a few short years. It was a miracle. Stock market set one record after another with 148 stock market highs during this short period of time and boosted the retirements and
4 years. 4 years is not a short period of time. And scientifically speaking, it was the longest 4 years in the history of the world. And I'm not a sciencer, but I know in my gut that's true.
pensions of hardworking citizens all across our nation. 401ks are at a level they've never been at before. We've never seen numbers like we've seen, and that's before the pandemic and after the pandemic. We rebuilt the American manufacturing base, opened up thousands of new factories.
Okay, he just got really quiet again. Sorry, guys. Again, this is not me. The volume on this is up and down all over the place.
And brought back the beautiful phrase, made in the USA. To make life better for working families, we doubled the child tax.
Manufacturing was in a contraction before the coronavirus. We were in manufacturing contraction starting in November.
Tax credit and signed the largest ever expansion of funding for child care and development.
Break a pelvis. Someone said break a pelvis. I can't even see who said that now because it just went above the chat window. But yeah, that's what he said.
We joined with the private sector to secure commitments to train more than 16 million American workers for the jobs of tomorrow. When our nation was hit with the terrible pandemic, we produced not one, but 2 vaccines with record-breaking speed, and more will quickly follow. They said it couldn't be done, but we did it. They called it a medical miracle, and that's what they're calling it right now, a medical miracle.
That's pretty cool. It's a science. It's actually science, not a miracle. It's how science works.
Another administration would have taken 3, 4, 5, maybe even up to 10 years to develop a vaccine.
That's complete nonsense. Another administration would have had the same scientific research because that's how time works. It progresses in a linear fashion. And if you have the mRNA research 5 years ago, you still have it today, regardless of which president happens to be in power.
We did it in 9 months. We grieve for every life lost.
Like he ever looked at a test tube during that entire process.
And we pledge in their memory to wipe out this horrible pandemic once and for all. When the virus took its brutal toll on the world's economy, we launched the fastest economic recovery our country has ever seen.
I just want to brief you guys again on Trump in March at a laboratory. This is Trump talking about viruses and tests and vaccines in general.
Anybody that wants a test can get a test. That's what
I would just say that we
Anybody who wants a test can get a test. Still cannot get a test locally. Still cannot, on most of the pharmacies, etc., the CVS's, etc., still cannot get a coronavirus test here in Los Angeles County, where we have more cases than anyone in the country, any county in the country, still cannot get a test unless I fake a symptom. So that's just what everybody does, which then throws those stats way off. Because you can't get it. So 100% of people going for coronavirus tests have symptoms. Nobody's asymptomatic. Yeah, because we can't get a test unless we lie and say, yeah, I've got a headache. Yeah, my throat's a little sore.
We passed nearly $4 trillion in economic relief, saved or supported over 50 million jobs, and slashed the unemployment rate in half. These are numbers that our country has never.
Okay, but then it went back up again. Or maybe he's talking about during the pandemic. I don't know. It's unclear.
Never seen before. We created choice and transparency in healthcare, stood up to big pharma.
That's not a thing. What does that even mean? Oh, by the way, at the end of the speech, he introduces the new health plan. I can't even. The health care plan. So get your pencils ready. He's going to give you a website to sign up for his tremendous health care. That's coming up in, let's say, about 10 minutes.
In so many ways, but especially in our effort to get favored nations clauses added, which will give us the lowest prescription drug prices anywhere in the world. We passed VA choice, VA accountability, right to try, and landmark criminal justice reform. We confirmed 3 new justices of the
He always says prescription. It's prescription, but he says prescription.
United States Supreme Court. We appointed nearly 300 federal judges to interpret our Constitution as written. For years, the American people pleaded with Washington to
And those 3 justices all voted against hearing your ridiculous case of fake election times.
finally secure the nation's borders. I am pleased to say we answered that plea and achieved the most secure border
What?
in U.S. history.
What's a plea and
We
achieve?
answered that plea and achieved the most secure border in U.S. history. We have given our brave border agents and heroic ICE officers the tools they need to do their jobs better than they have ever done before and to enforce our laws and keep America safe. We proudly leave the next administration with the strongest and most robust border security measures ever put into place. This includes historic agreements with Mexico, Guatemala, Honduras, and El Salvador, along with more than 450 miles of powerful new wall. We restored
A prescription is something done by, it's a script from a doctor, a medical doctor or nurse practitioner for humans. A prescription is what you get for your cat from a vet's office.
American strength
And he gave the vets choice. Everybody gives Obama credit for it. It was Trump.
at home and American leadership abroad. The world respects us again. Please don't lose that respect.
To whom is he speaking? Please don't lose that respect. The world respects us again.
Claimed our sovereignty and leadership abroad. The world respects us again.
They do not.
Please don't lose that respect. We reclaimed our sovereignty.
Is that they gave him that just to sound like he's powerful in there? I want to tell them not to blow it all. Everything that I've done. Well, just tell him not to use it. I'll tell him to lose respect.
By standing up for America at the United Nations.
Okay, the audio just got quiet again. It's not me.
And withdrawing from the one-sided global deals that never served our interest. And NATO countries are now paying hundreds of billions of dollars more than when I arrived just a few years ago. It was very unfair. We were paying the cost for the world. Now the world is helping.
He's still on NATO. All of his numbers are wrong. They always have been. No one has ever corrected them on that.
Helping us. And perhaps most importantly of all,
less than a day, people. Less than a day. He's gone. As of right now, you're looking at 19 hours. Is that right? 19? Is it only 19? 24? No, that can't be. 20? Yeah. Yeah, 19 hours.
with nearly $3 trillion, we fully rebuilt the American military, all made in the USA. We launched the first new
Yeah, Obama gave the military a ton of money too. It didn't need to be rebuilt. The military always has things that are wearing out, and they always have new things coming.
branch of the United States Armed Forces in 75 years, the Space Force. And last spring, I stood at Kennedy Space Center in Florida and watched as American astronauts returned to space on American rockets for the first time in many, many years.
Under a program approved during the Obama administration.
We revitalized our alliances and rallied the nations of the world to stand up to China like never before.
Our allies that are sometimes the worst, and they're taking advantage of us, and they've been using the United States and taking advantage of us and treating us like fools for years. Those allies, have we revitalized those?
We obliterated the ISIS caliphate and ended the wretched life of its founder and leader, al-Baghdadi. We stood up to the oppressive Iranian regime and killed the world's top terrorist, Iranian butcher Qasem Soleimani.
Okay, so is it al-Baghdadi was the top terrorist, or is there a competition? Do they have some kind of terrorist Olympics?
We recognized Jerusalem as the capital of Israel and recognized Israeli sovereignty over the Golan Heights.
1,078 minutes left.
As a result of our bold diplomacy and principled realism, we achieved a series of historic peace deals in the Middle East. Nobody believed it could happen. The Abraham Accords opened the doors to a future of peace and harmony, not violence and bloodshed. It is the dawn of
They're economic agreements. That's fine. That's good. You need anything you can get. That's okay. But they're not peace deals.
a new Middle East, and we are bringing our soldiers home. I am especially proud to be the first
This is so edited. This is so ridiculous.
president in decades who has started no new wars.
That is
Above
untrue, and Obama didn't start any wars. Is there a war that I missed during those 8 years? He wanted to end the wars, and he drew down the troops in both Iraq and Afghanistan, but Obama didn't start any new wars. In fact, America hasn't officially declared war since 1948, I think. It might be 45. It might actually be 44. Was it Romania? I was really young in 1948, but yeah, no, we don't actually declare war on anybody anymore. But Obama didn't start any wars.
all, we have
He can pardon all the way up until noon tomorrow. Yeah, I don't know if he issues pardons, let us know and we'll break in.
reasserted the sacred idea that in America, the government answers to the people. Our guiding light, our North Star, our unwavering conviction has been that we are here to serve the noble, everyday citizens of America. Our allegiance
So the government answers to the people going to the Capitol and storming it. That's what happens?
is not to the special interests, corporations,
Sorry, he hasn't started any international wars. Domestically, we had a little war. We had the dribble war a couple of weeks ago.
or global entities. It's to our children, our citizens, and to our nation itself. As president, my top priority, my constant
Again, a cut and a volume adjustment.
concern has always been the best interests of American workers and American families.
Once you're pardoned, it's binding forever. Yeah, and it's plenary power. That nobody can do anything to overturn it. The next president can't overturn a pardon. Well, if it was Trump, he could try and overturn a pardon. But there could be secret pardons. Here's the thing: the founding fathers didn't think of every single eventuality because their vision was Alexander Hamilton, who wrote many of the Federalist Papers, sort of the instruction manual for the Constitution. He was very much for a strong executive. Some of the founding fathers wanted multiple executives, like a branch, like a Supreme Court of presidents. So there'd be 5 executives or 9 executives or whatever. Alexander Hamilton wanted just one, so there would never be any disagreements to argue over in that branch, because that's what the legislature was for. But he also wanted just one because one man can be kept more in check by a group than multiples. You only have one person to take that responsibility. The buck stops there. And that is why Alexander was so keen on impeachment, which is purely a political process, which is what he says in Federalist. You can read the Federalist paper. 63 or 73. Somebody can check me on that. But he explains, yeah, it's a political process. So over the next little while, you're going to hear all of this. Oh, it can't be done. It's been done already. There has been an impeachment of someone, or a trial of impeachment of somebody who was out of office, the Secretary of War, 100 and some years ago. It's happened before. There's precedence for this. And Alexander Hamilton was very much on the side of, because he's been impeached, can he still pardon? Yes, he can still pardon if he's been impeached. Unless you're convicted and thrown out of office from an impeachment, you can still pardon. As long as you're president, you can issue a pardon. There are people who believe that you can issue secret pardons. So you could give these people paper and nobody would ever know about it until they were charged. And as long as that pardon covered that charge, then you're good. Can you issue future pardons for crimes that you may commit? No. You can only issue pardons for the past. And you have to be specific with those pardons. At least that's what we've done so far. But with Trump, they came up with the idea of, what was it? You've got executive privilege. What do they call it? Absolute privilege? Remember when, let's go on. This is taking forever, and this is another 80 minutes of this nonsense.
I did not seek the easiest course. By far, it was actually the most difficult. I did not seek the path that would get the least criticism. I took on the tough battles, the hardest fights.
It's not really 80 minutes. No, we've got we've got like 7-ish minutes left of this.
The most difficult choices, because that's what you elect.
It's not executive privilege or presidential privilege. It was what, LP? Just Kevin. LP. Oh, did he just pardon? Oh, hold on. Trump just pardoned bad people. I'll pull that up, guys. It'll be on the Twitters. Let's keep watching and I'll try and pull that up.
Elected me to do. Your needs were my first and last unyielding focus. This, I hope, will be our greatest legacy. Together, we put the American people back in charge of our country. We restored self-government. We restored the idea that in America, no one is forgotten because everyone matters and everyone has a voice. We fought for the principle that every citizen is entitled to equal dignity, equal treatment, and equal rights because we are all made equal by God. Everyone is entitled to be treated with respect, to have their voice heard, and to have their government listen. You are loyal to your country, and my administration was always loyal to you. We worked to build a country in which every citizen could find a great job and support their wonderful families. We fought for the communities where every American could be safe and schools where every child could learn. We promoted a culture where our laws would be upheld, our heroes honored, our history preserved, and law-abiding citizens are never taken for granted. Americans should take tremendous satisfaction in all that we have achieved.
What does that mean, that law-abiding citizens are never taken for granted? I don't know. I mean, then the opposite, but I'm not even going to go down that rabbit hole.
Together, it's incredible. Now, as I leave the White House, I have been reflecting on the dangers that threaten the priceless inheritance we all share. As the world's most powerful nation, America faces constant threats and challenges from abroad. But the greatest danger we face is a loss of confidence in ourselves, a loss of confidence in our national greatness. A nation is only as strong as its spirit. We are only as dynamic as our...
That's nonsense, that a nation is only as strong as its spirit. That doesn't mean anything. It's spirit. We're not a cheerleading squad.
Oh, I was thinking ghostly spirits.
What?
I was thinking ghostly spirits.
Oh, dead people?
All the racists.
Only as strong as the dead people? All right, Kevin Lee Daughter's going to join us. Hold on, folks. Give me those. There we go. I'm going to plug her in so she can hear. And... all right, I'm going to move the microphone so you guys can hear her over me. Boop, boop. There we go. And sorry for all the banging around here, guys. All right. So Kevin Lee Daughter's back from her first day at her new job, and she's exhausted. But she hasn't filled out the paperwork yet, so officially it's not a new job. Let's see if I can bring her into focus here. There we go. You should be able to sit up now.
Oh, I don't. Oof.
You don't like that?
No.
I can fix it. Want me to fix
Allison
it?
gave you money.
Huh?
Thanks, Allison.
Oh, wow. Thanks. Thank you very much, Allison, for this, whatever you just did there.
Hi, guys.
So this is Kevin Lee Daughter. She's going to join us for the rest of this. Welcome, everybody. By the way, this is the live stream. This might be our last live stream. Tomorrow, we are going to broadcast the inauguration live tomorrow. We'll be commenting. We welcome you in your chat tomorrow. It'll be the same format as this. We will be doing the Biden inauguration starting at about noon is when the inauguration starts. We're going to start a few minutes before that. If Trump does something in the morning with his 21-gun salute and all that stuff, we'll try and cover that as well. So we will be doing that. Kevin Lee Daughter will not be here. She's working on some television show tomorrow, and I don't think she can tell you, right? Nope, can't tell us what she's doing tomorrow. So let's get on with this. Can you hear? Tell me if you can hear.
Pride. We are only as vibrant as the faith that beats in the hearts of our people. No nation can long thrive that loses faith in its own values, history, and here.
Trump did not write this at all. No nation can long thrive.
Heroes. For these are the very sources of our unity and our vitality. What has always allowed America to prevail and triumph over the great challenges of the past has been an unyielding and unashamed conviction in the nobility of our country and its unique purpose in history. We must never lose this conviction. We must never forsake our belief in America. The key to national greatness lies in sustaining and instilling our shared national identity. That means focusing on what we have in common, the heritage that we all share. At the center of this heritage is also a robust belief in free expression, free speech, and open debate. Only if we forget who we are and how we got here could we ever allow political censorship and blacklisting to take place in America. It's not even thinkable. Shutting down free and open debate violates our core values and most enduring traditions. In America, we don't insist on absolute conformity or enforce rigid orthodoxies and punitive speech codes.
Unless you kneel during the national anthem, you sons of bitches!
Yeah, he doesn't care that Twitter banned someone. He just cares that it's him.
Yeah, exactly.
He's like, this
Just
is a
don't-
big political, horrible thing to happen.
Yep, to him. To him.
Do that. America is not a timid nation of tame souls who need to be sheltered and protected from those with whom we disagree. That's not who we are. It will never be who we are. For nearly 250 years, in the face of every challenge, Americans have always summoned our unmatched courage, confidence, and fierce independence. These are the miraculous traits that once led millions of everyday citizens to set out across a wild...
Well, we haven't always done that at all.
250 years, to be exact.
For the last 250 years?
I don't know where he got that number.
It's about the age of the country, but it's not really. But no, for example, we refused to take Jewish refugees during World War II. During World War I, they did the same thing. We put Japanese in internment camps. We had a little something called slavery for 400 years. It's nonsense.
People have told me I look like Evanescence before.
What?
Someone said I look like this singer of Evanescence. They
Oh.
sing that "Wake Me Up."
The lady beside me, that's my wife,
No, I'm his daughter.
Germanda.
Unfortunately.
So I have a story about that, but I'm not going to tell it. Where?
This needs to be closer to me because you're loud.
I am loud. You need to be.
And I'm
You need to be louder. Here, I'll put it right beside
Why
you.
don't you just not shout when you speak? Like, it's not hard.
It is hard for me. I was trained to shout. I came from a large family. I had no option. Okay, hold on, guys. Sorry. All right, we're gonna try that. All right. No, people. I live in LA, so people ask if she's my wife on a fairly regular basis. I'm sorry. In the before times, when we would go out where there were people would sometimes ask.
And carve out a new life in the Great West. It was the same profound love of our God-given freedom that willed our soldiers into battle and our astronauts into space. As I think back on the past 4 years, one image rises in my mind above all others.
Yes, you pointing at the eclipse. You, the only human being on the planet who didn't understand how the sun works.
Whenever I traveled all along the motorcade route, there were thousands and thousands of people. They came out with their families so that
You can just say thousands, really. It's the same thing as saying thousands and thousands. Just say thousands moving forward.
they could stand as we passed and proudly wave our great American flag. It never failed to deeply move me. I knew that they did not just come out to show their support of me. They came out to show me their support and love for our country. This is a republic of proud citizens who are united by our common conviction that America is the greatest nation in all of history. We are and must always be a land of hope, of light, and of glory to all the world. This is the precious inheritance that we must.
You can hit the space bar to pause
Okay.
it.
His skin looks extra orange because he's got blue on his tie, which is a contrast color. Also, why do you think he's wearing blue? He's all about red. He doesn't like
Yeah,
Democrats.
he was wearing a red tie almost throughout the campaign. So I don't know. Maybe it's a show of unity. He won't actually say President Biden's name, but he wears a blue tie. So I think we're good.
We're both wearing blue.
Baby step. Yeah, you're wearing blue all day long, every day.
Guys, check out my shirt. You can't see it.
You have
This
to stand
way.
up. Stand up.
Ugh,
Move your hair. There, and move this way. There you go.
wrong side.
All the hair. Move all the hairs.
I'm trying. There's a cord.
Oh, my goodness.
Can you guys read? It's backwards. Maybe it's not. That's not backwards.
It's not backwards.
Okay. Well, this is okay. There you go.
Okay, moving on.
Did you read it?
Yeah, it says everything sucks.
Yeah. that's
Must
right.
safeguard at every single turn. For the past 4 years, I have worked to do just that. From a great hall of Muslim leaders in Riyadh
Of what?
to from a great hall of Muslim leaders in Riyadh, I have worked to do just
What's
Great
a
hall?
Muslim?
He said Muslim.
Sounds like he says Muslim.
that at every single turn. For the past 4 years, I have worked to do just that. From a great hall of Muslim leaders in
He says Muslim.
All right.
Him and all of his the great hall of his Muslim buddies.
Riyadh to a great square of Polish people in Warsaw, from the floor of the Korean Assembly to the podium at the United Nations General Assembly, and from the Forbidden City in Beijing to the shadow of Mount Rushmore. I fought for you, I fought for your family, I fought for our country.
Wait, he
Above
fought
all,
this?
I fought.
Huh?
He fought?
He fort.
No, I know.
He built a fort. He had a pillow fort made
no,
with
no.
my pillows.
I know, it sounds like he's saying fort.
Yeah.
But why is he saying he fought? He literally just like golfs.
No, this is what he says. You gotta fight like hell, or you're not gonna have a country anymore.
Yeah,
But
right on down to the Capitol.
Yeah, that's what he yelled. It's a golf reference. When you hit a ball and it might hit somebody in golf, you yell "Fort."
Fought for America and all it stands for, and that is safe, strong, proud, and free. Now, as I prepare to hand power over to a new administration,
He's 4 years and he still can't give a speech.
He's stupid.
Do this for yourselves, guys. Do this. Yesterday was MLK Day. Go back and watch the Million Man March speech, the I Have a Dream speech. Go back and watch it. There are several versions on YouTube. You don't have to watch the entire 20-minute speech. Just watch 5 to 10 minutes. People have pulled out snippets of it. Watch the I Have a Dream part until the end. That is how you give a speech. Just you feel like applauding when you're watching it now, some 300 years later or however it's been. See, time in the Trump era is all...
administration at noon on Wednesday. I want you to know that the movement we started is only just beginning. There's never been anything like it. The belief that
They lost. One term, they lost. They had 4 years. They lost the first time. The American people didn't want it, but the Electoral College got him in. So he was president on a technicality. The second time, the American people said, hell no, and he lost the Electoral College.
a nation must serve its citizens will not dwindle, but instead only grow stronger by the day. As long as the American people hold in their hearts deep and devoted love of country, then there is nothing that this nation cannot achieve.
That's not
Our
true.
communities will flourish. Our people will be prosperous. Our traditions will be cherished. Our faith will be strong. And our future will be brighter than ever before.
Yeah, because you're not
I
president.
go from this majestic place with a loyal and joyful heart, an optimistic spirit, and a supreme confidence that for our country and for our children, the best is yet to come. Thank you and farewell. God bless you. God bless the United States of America.
Who wrote that? 'Cause not
Stephen
him.
Miller, maybe? I don't know. Not him.
Well, he's looking forward to the next 4 years, he said. He's like, everything's going to be great. And
I know. The
positive
best is yet to
outlook.
come. Absolutely
Yeah.
true. Judges, they agree. The best is yet to come. Now that he's done. So right now, Biden is doing a tribute to COVID victims in America. So that's something you can watch on
At
your...
5:30.
What?
At 5:30. Are you talking about the candlelit thing?
I heard it was now. I thought...
Well,
Hold on.
maybe it's 5:30. Well, it's
We'll
5:30
check.
in the
We'll
East
check.
Coast,
We'll
but
pull that up.
Seattle's doing a thing.
Check it. Let's go live here. Let's see what's going on. No, yeah, it's a memorial to honor victims of COVID-19. So if you've got your regular cable stations, we're not going to cover it. I've got an audition to get to. But right now, it looks like somebody is speaking. It looks like a priest is speaking. A Catholic priest. He's got a collar on. Let's just check in on it. Well, we won't cover it, though.
These, our sisters and brothers.
Yeah, that's a Catholic priest. Or there are some, what do we call them? The non-Catholic
I love
churches.
her purple outfit.
Satanic churches.
Presbyterian?
Yeah, they're one of them. No, I was born Catholic, or raised Catholic anyway. Then my mother eventually became a Lutheran minister. So that's a fun fact, because she went through all the training, all the seminaries and everything to be a Catholic priest. And they won't let you be a Catholic priest, of course, because...
I know what you should start the inauguration with.
What?
I don't want to tell you right now.
Okay.
It'll be good.
That's a tease. So, guys, yeah, go watch the memorial. Well worth it. It should be a beautiful ceremony. We will see you later. If not later today, then definitely tomorrow. We'll be covering whatever Trump does in the morning, and then we'll be covering the inauguration. If Trump does things super early... And I'm just not going to wake up for it. Guys, we're almost done. Somebody look it up. Somebody tell me, German Herman or somebody, tell me how many minutes left.
Dutch Bros is so good. Lizzie, what do you order there?
Okay, hold on. We got to find out what Lizzie orders at the Dutch Bros. Lizzie's an organ, so they do have Dutch Bros.
Well, I would assume she's somewhere with Dutch Bros if she just got it.
Yes. Give me a second.
I heard the Dutch Bros got oat milk. I recommend it because oat milk is so good.
Okay. 1,114 minutes left of Trump. Yes, I will be streaming the inauguration tomorrow. The link is already up on YouTube. I will grab that link and I will put it in the chat room right now. You can grab that link yourself. Tomorrow you can go to kevinlyfather.com. No, you can go to youtube.com/kevinlyfather and find us when we're broadcasting live. Hold on, here comes the link. Or you can go to kevinlyfather.com right now to support us, myself and Kevinly daughter, although she's got her own job now. So, after a day's work, do you have some money for me?
I wish.
This is not the kind of job where you get paid cash at the end of the day and you give it to your dad. Let me put it into the chat room. Okay, here's the link for tomorrow. I think that should be it. No, I don't think that's it. Hold on, that's not the link, kids. Maybe it is. I don't know what Twitter or what YouTube did with that. This is definitely the link. Yeah, that's the link right here. I'll do it twice because I'm nice. That's the link for tomorrow. But you can find it tomorrow, and it might change. I don't know. Oh, Stephanie's giving us a tip tomorrow. I hope it's something about buying stock. Should I buy high or low? It's always confusing to me.
Buy high, sell low.
Is that what it is?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, guys, that's it for today, I think. And again, we might see you later. We might not. For those of you just joining us for the first time today, like I said, you're about 4 years too late. We will continue this. There will be Republicans happenings for the next foreseeable future. So we will continue the live stream. We've got other plans as well. So we appreciate everyone who supports us. If you'd like to support us more, go to paypal.me/KevinlyDad and go to Venmo Kevinly Father or Kevinly Williams -157. And you can go to KevinlyFather.com, become a patron, and that would be the best thing. Thanks to all the patrons. For tomorrow, my goal is to A, get the audition done, B, to update the credits so that for the inauguration tomorrow, we have all the credits done. At which point you'll be able to see them and you'll say like, hey, you spelled my name wrong. So that'll happen too. That's it. That's the end of Kaylee. Macaroni, she's gone. I just feel positive today. I just feel really positive, and I think I'm going to go eat myself some chocolate. Guys, we'll see you later.
Thank you guys for all you do.
Yeah, you're the real reason.
You give his life purpose. I am nothing.
That's right. Without you guys, I can accomplish anything. Was that right?
Did you say without them?
Without you guys, I can accomplish anything.
Mm-hmm. That's it. That's what it is.
I'm reading off the teleprompter.
Happy Inauguration Eve, everybody.
Yes, happy Inauguration Eve. Okay, here's the closing credits. Say goodbye to each other. I'll leave the chat up. We will see you tomorrow for the first day of not President Trump. I seriously, I get chills when I think about the fact that Trump is almost gone. My heart, yeah, my pulse is actually elevated right now. Right, we'll see you guys tomorrow. You guys, without you, my pulse would never be elevated. Do you want to say something?
No.
Kevin, thanks for that.